Peace, you too. What's going on, everybody, man? Y'all know who this is, EK. We're back again with another one, man. A lot of people have been asking me ever since, the year started. I know I haven't been uploading, but since the year started, how to make my post build, how to make blank build, whatever. So I'm going to be dropping all 3 builds that I currently have for y'all, because I've mastered these builds and I can tell you what revisions and changes to make. As always, I'm not the type of guy that just drops a build video. Here, make this. This is the best build. You're going to win 98% of your games with it. You know what I'm saying? I understand there's different skill levels on the game. People play the game differently. People have different goals, different teammates. Some of y'all don't even have teammates. So as I break down the build, I'm not going to be like, well, this attribute goes here. Well, this attribute goes here. And that badge goes there. I'm not going to just like cookie cutter and explain the obvious. I'm going to show you my build. I'm going to go into the build system and I'm going to explain to y'all what changes y'all can make and what revisions. This build that you're looking at right here, my post build, my day 1 post build, I made this within 10 seconds of the game coming out. The second my download finished, I sat in the build system for hours and I made this build, and to this day this is one of my main builds I play on. I dominate on it, and there is every day I go into this trash build system and I think, how can I make this build better? And there's only one thing that I would change about this build. I'll show it to y'all in the build system. But like I said, it works for me perfectly. I am also a very good player. I mean, like I said, I play a lot of different game modes, and as you see, you know what I'm saying, like I barely lose, bro. When I lose, I get sold, or I'm playing with randoms or whoever. So like, and this is not all on this build, but when I do play on this build with a good teammate, I'm pretty much undefeated. So let's go into the build system and I'm gonna show y'all like what changes you want to make and how to approach making a post build correctly. See you there. Alright, now we're in the builder system, and I will preface this with the saying that post scoring for many different people means many different things. For some people it's paint mashing, for some people it's, traditional like drop step and hook post scoring. For some people like me, it's like, the up and under, the fadeaway game, the mind games, you know what I'm saying, counter moves, like always having a move to fall back on and keep your opponent guessing. So your position and your size of your player will greatly vary depending on what you want to achieve. So you know what I'm saying, don't copy this exactly. Power forwards only go up to 7 foot, so I just made mine a power forward. That's how I've always made it in 2K history. And this is, like I said, this is my day 1 build layout. Now, things I've learned from when the game came out. Apparently the weight, regardless of what your strength is, actually makes a difference for like interactions and backing people down in the post. The higher your weight, your post control, and your strength are, it's like combined together to calculate who pushes who around in the paint. You know what I'm saying? So just pay attention to that. Like if you don't want, like if you're cool losing a little speed, but you're gonna be more like pushy in the paint, especially if you're trying to be more of like a dunking type guy, then definitely go for a higher weight than what I did. But you know what I'm saying? And my wingspan also, as you see, is not max, which is the only thing I will change about this build if I was to remake it right now. If Ronnie2K, which something he's been promising us since 2K19, told me, yo, you can respec your build right now, this would be the first thing I would do. 1, 2. I thought that guard up Hall of Fame was going to be an amazing badge, and as it turned out, guard up is a useless badge. So I put these attributes, the mid-range, the 3-point, and the free throw, all that was for nothing. And while it might not seem like much, these attributes can allow me to raise my standing dunk enough to get I don't use rise up, but silver rise up and standing pro context, which would be so nice when people are trapped under the basket, and a little bit just to get another playmaking badge. And this, if y'all make my exact build, recommend is what you do right here. Exactly this. Just, what I'm saying, lower the mid-range. Obviously, you can raise the wingspan a little bit to the point where it's 84 mid-range if you're going to do this. But, wingspan doesn't really matter that much. And that way, you'll get an extra playmaking badge. Because with this post build, if you want to get unpluckable, as you see, to get tier 3 cores, you need at least 17 badges. What I use on my build, I'll show y'all at the end what badges I use personally. You know what I'm saying? I use post playmaker, cord, and unpluckable, or you can core unpluckable and use post playmaker. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, so this would be a better version of my build, because like I said, you're not losing anything. And when you're double post take, or when you use double post take and you activate at least one of the takeovers, you're getting plus 15 to your post fade, so the post fade goes to a 99 anyways. Like it's definitely not worth it. Another thing you could do with these couple attributes that you get from lowering your mid-range is you could raise your block a little bit, and then you could like finagle a few attributes, like maybe like a stamina or a speed or like a rebound or something, like a steal. Like here, you see what I'm saying? You don't lose any badges for dropping a little bit of steal, and you could get silver anchor, which would greatly increase your rim protecting abilities. Me, I get it done with an 80. I'm just that guy. And you know what I'm saying, with this build, you're going to be wanting to play with people that have defense in their build anyways. And you could also raise, you know, instead of this, you could also do things like raise your rebound and your pass, you know, things like this. Just tinker with it if you want to make my version of the build. Also, on top of that, let me explain to you all my attribute choices and why I did them on offense like this. Like I said, I love your mid-range is also your post-fade rating. It also does go up with the post takes, so, and I do take a lot of off dribble fadeaway mid ranges as well. So if you want to be like a post scorer that doesn't shoot the ball, I mean, you can do that probably and have like really high dunk ratings and all that. That's not really something I view as a great option on this game, because as you see, I have a 96 close shot, which is standing layup, and I miss wide open layups all the time. If you keep going to the paint, your opponent in this game, with how good the hands up paint defense is, they will stop you, bro. Like, if you're not gonna score consistently, and then no matter how good you make your defense on a big build, you're still gonna be getting like rim ran by these 6'8s and 6'9s that just plague this game. So be aware of that. The 80 driving dunk, I'm so glad I went with this when I made the build. It gives you silver limitless takeoff and quick drops and a few other good dunk packages. Like I said, if you really don't attack the basket off the dribble, then only raise it a little bit so you can dunk it when you're open. But I'm telling you, it's a really nice asset to have when somebody is pressing you. And even though I had 30 speed with ball, I didn't even upgrade it all the way on my build. It's 30. It's not even 35 because it costs too much VC. I didn't even upgrade it. It's like 30 speed with ball. You can run past people easily. And I have silver quick first step. If you want to raise your, like I said, when you're making your build, you can raise your post control higher. You'll have a higher quick first step. Obviously it's going to be hard to have a high ball control in the post score. So your post control can give you a higher unpluckable. It can give you a higher quick first step in the playmaking, so just be aware of that. The driving layup, like I said, it's just something I did for a little bit of attributes, and it's relatively cheap. Also, like I said, when you beat somebody to the rim off the triple threat or whatever, after you beat somebody to the rim when they're pressing you and spamming you, it's very nice to be able to make your layups. Yeah, standing dunk, I don't really go for a lot of bad paint shots, so 77, I'd be flushing it when the opponent is off of me. Sometimes I'll miss an open one. One of my friends, Evaporation, he has a post score of 90 standing, and he uses gold rise up, and he gets some nice standing context. So like I said, that is a viable option, but you got to be careful because it's like you're rolling the dice. If they get a lucky animation on you, if you're always trying to do standing shots under the paint, you could get holed really badly, because it's almost a 0% chance of a contested shot down there going in, and you're almost never gonna get the board. But yeah, I'm gonna skip and show y'all my badges that I run on my own build, and I'll see you there. Alright, so this is my current badge layout. I'll show y'all all my badges, but I know that most people are interested in what I'm doing as in terms of my you know, finishing and shooting mainly, because like I said, people can figure out the rest. So this is what I have currently. If they drop more badge points for awards, I'll allocate them accordingly, probably a little bit into finishing or shooting, maybe even a little bit into defense, but I think I'm fine there. As you see, I'm using the default core pattern. I am not using the season 3 core patterns, because in my opinion, for my personal build, I want to have a core in each category. I'm very versatile, as you see, 27, 14, 17, 21. So I want to make sure I have a core in each category, taking advantage of, you know what I'm saying, giving me extra badge points in each category, because I'm not like a one-dimensional player. So as you see, limitless takeoff, I have Dream Shake on bronze. I wish it's as a badge I could have higher. Same with something like a Slithery. Like I said, if I hit legend, or if you know, they drop more badge points, this is definitely something I'm interested in putting on. And like I said, the main ones, man, fast twitch. No matter what you have it on, I recommend having it at least gold, but it's great. Like under the basket, you dunk quick, you shoot layups quick when you get open, etc. It's a great badge for any type of standing shot attempt. Back down Punisher, this is a required post score badge, at least on gold. I don't know why you would even have it under gold, or Hall of Fame for that matter, as a post score. You're probably not making the build correctly. You know, you need it because a lot of people run brick wall for screens or whatever. A lot of people run post move lockdown, and you got to be able to push them around. And when you play a lightweight, like I said, backdowns are not overpowered in this game. You know, you can back most people down over time, but it will drain your stamina. But when you play a low weight, low strength player, you give them a push and they fly off of you, and you can dunk, layup, hook shot, fade, do whatever. Definitely a great badge to have. So drop stepper, Drop stepper is a badge that is really good, but people don't think that they really need the badge for it. I feel like if you want to, like, as you see, it says in the description, it prevents you from getting ripped while you do drop steps, which is, after I put it on Hall of Fame, I noticed that I started barely getting ripped on those weird animations where, like, your player flings the ball out of bounds, or it looks like a reach-in foul and you're, you know, like, throwing it out of bounds and it's rolling off your leg. So if you attempt drop steps, I recommend having it on at least something. And since it's a tier 2 badge, you might as well, for most Hall bigs, you might as well put it on, you know, Hall of Fame. Pro touch is for post hooks. I've tried the layup timing out, you know, like the one where you manually time all of your layups. It does help you hit a little bit more, but it's not worth the hassle because it makes you equip the shot meter, and I like to shoot with no shot meter for the boost. And, you know, it's just like, it's not worth it. Like, but it is great if you attempt post hooks, and it's only a tier 1 badge. How great is it? Because I see people hitting post hooks just fine, wide open with no pro touch in takeover, and in contested in takeover they still miss. I don't know, but it's like, I'm not gonna sacrifice pro touch for no dream shake or no slithery, so I might as well put it on. Fearless finisher, very underrated badge, helps you make standing driving layups. I feel like it works on dunks secretly too. Like I said, this is a great slashing badge, and as a tall big, you're gonna get it very high, gold at least, probably Hall of Fame, depending on what you upgrade your close shot to, or your driving layup. And it's good. It gets the job done. Like, having it Hall of Fame for 4 points, very few players in this game have it Hall of Fame unless you're a pure slasher, and it's definitely a slept on badge. And one of my favorite badges, post spin technician. Now, when people play with post move lockdown, it's gonna be hard to post spin them and drop step them, but the ability to threaten this, especially when you have any post takeover equipped, it boosts your stats a lot. I feel like all post takeovers do at least something when it comes to you know what I'm saying, helping you push people out the way and be more slippery in the paint. So post spin technician, you have to have that in your bag this year. All these 6'9s that press you and spam you, you hit them with a front spin. If they don't have high interior, high strength, they're falling to the floor. They're not going to be able to guard you. My shooting loadout is pretty simple also. You know, I got Green Machine Core because it's a tier 2 with, you know, as you see, I have no tier 3s, I have no 3-point rating. All the badges I have are related to mid-range. Green Machine, like I said, it's a great badge. I cored it. I've tried blinders out a little bit, and like I said, I've tried out guard up. I mean, like, they both work in rare instances, but Green Machine works always. And when you get that thing activated with them hop shots and fades, whew, it's a beautiful sight, man. So Midi Magician is to hit mid-range dribble pull-ups and fadeaways, and to hit post fades. So that's what that works on. Obviously, it's a tier 1. It's a no-brainer. You gotta have a Hall of Fame. It's a phenomenal badge. Probably the when this game first dropped and I saw this badge, I'm like, yep, post is gonna be my first build, which it typically is. But you know, Space Creator. You might think, why do you have Space Creator? I do regular Space Creator step backs a good amount. Like, you know, when you run and then you do like the Taisino move where you step away from your opponent and you shoot it right away. So in motion, like a moving shot. I do that a lot. And while I don't break ankles with it because I'm a big and I don't have ankle breaker or whatever, which is I think required to break ankles with it consistently, it works on post hop shots. Yes, I'm spilling the juice. Post hop shots of any sort activate Space Creator. And while they're good without it, I hit 40s, 30s, sometimes 60s with this thing and Green Machine combined. Amped is pretty simple. Like, the lower your stamina, the more likely you're going to be... I'm sorry, the more your stamina goes down, the higher this badge, the less it's going to be affected. I recommend having this at least on something, but I have it Hall of Fame because I get it Hall of Fame and I might as well run it there. You know, late clock, especially when you're bodying people in the paint, you're pushing people around, people are spamming you, it takes you a while to get into the paint. Having this, even with the slowed down shot and low stamina, you're going to be able to knock it down. This can win you games. Clutch shooter, self-explanatory. My playmaking, you know what I'm saying, handles for days. Like, I have nothing else to put it on. You need to have at least 7, as you know, in tier 1 and tier 2 before you can put on tier 3s. That's why I have 17 total. Now I got post playmaker. Dimer is okay. I'd say, like, if you put it on gold, if you put your passing a little higher, it's not bad, but you have to keep in mind, Dimer works only outside of the post, like running and passing. Post playmaker only works from the post or from the paint or off an offensive rebound. So, you know what I'm saying? I do think post playmaker is a little better, and I feel like the boost is about the same. Maybe even post playmaker gives a higher boost. Unpluckable as a post scorer if you don't have unpluckable. And this game, good luck. Have fun. Quick first step, silver's enough to get the job done, and bailout in case I start a bad shot. Don't sleep on bailout, bro. Make sure you're having enough badges for bailout at least, because at least on bronze, you know, I only get it on bronze, unfortunately, but this badge is very important. Very, very important for, you know, if you try to, if you're playing aggressive, or if they're doubling you, it's gonna be huge. Passing out of a double team. So this is the badges I run on defense against the only badge loadout differences I have is defensively. So the badge loadout, this is for playing regular, you know, like rim runners. I just have bronze rebound chaser, bronze anchor. It gets the job done. Box out beast is great with high strength. You know, some basic bronze badges that, you know, glove, interceptor, challenger. They're all just one badge point on bronze, and they make such a massive difference. I'm so happy I have them. Workhorse makes you run like a track star, makes you run like Usain Bolt after there's a loose ball, and as a big player, moving like a guard for the loose ball is a massive asset. And that's pretty much it, man. That's all the badges. The post takeovers I currently run is daggers 1 and advanced post moves 2. Advanced post moves helps you like spin people, and post shot daggers helps, you know, like shoot post fades and stuff. I've tried double post shot daggers, didn't see a difference, and I rarely even activate double takeover unless it's like team take or I'm trolling. So post shot daggers is the one that works for me. Obviously use one that works for you. And lastly, accelerator, you know what I'm saying, whether you want to use accelerator or extender or whatever, like, you know what I'm saying, I would definitely recommend accelerator over anything else. Getting your post shots sometimes in 3 shots, sometimes in 4, you know, sometimes in 2 shots in a block or something like that. It's amazing. Once you get in takeover, you're in control of the game. So y'all stay up, man. Hopefully this helps y'all out. I know I kind of went in depth, but I want to make sure y'all are out here succeeding, getting buckets, getting right. And I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one, bro. Appreciate y'all.